Well, welcome to FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, and this is the Guru here to take you through the Game Week 3 review. It's the 7th of September and it's episode 3. So, without messing around too much, folks, let's get through the review of the Christy Nic Pub Fantasy League here based in Mayo, Ballyhaunis, and the environments and surrounding Bermuda Triangle FPL that we have from Roscommon, Galway, Mayo, and further afield across Ireland and our diaspora of players across the globe from Malaysia, Australia, and Vancouver, and they know who they are. And this is a way that we can all keep in touch as well. It's been a great journey, and the Guru is having a terrific time of it. I don't have the facial the camera up yet, but in time I'll get these technical issues sorted. So let's get going and have a little look at the video and to see what's on the agenda for today. And let's hope everything goes without too much issues. Well, no music here, as I can see, which is a shame. Like the music in this. Well, we'll go over. Right, great stuff. Music kicked in at the end anyway, at least. So yeah, I like the music. I like that as my moniker. Um yeah, as I said, Haaland double hat trick there, unbelievable against West Ham. Didn't captain Haaland in my dream team. I done Palmer, just trying to be too cute. But look, FPL's worst Mars, isn't it, folks? But there's something about Salah as well. And Haa-Lah templates are winning. Well, not necessarily, of course. Generally, yes. But I've seen the Jota TAA minus Salah, Haaland's winning as well. And it is really strange this year. There's one or two even without the two of them are going great guns. But generally, I think the Haa-Lah templates are winning out, and everybody's trying to get onto Salah now. As you can see, he's already gone up to 12.7 just overnight. So a really, really early wildcard game week 2, or early just after game week 3, possibly to get these price rises. Now, leaving it now till after the international break is showing that it's going to get trickier for those wildcard and their Arsenal assets or Brighton assets in by game week 6. So if you got onto sort of the right sort of combination and having Salah and Haaland from the start, it's just showing that you're going to be able to be more patient and wait for game week 6. Loads of people are going to be missing out with these rises and these deductions as well. They're killing people and their potential, especially after Christmas for that second wild card. That's when your team value really, really kicks in. So the Guru's Christy Nicholson Pub review. It's here in town in Ballyhaunis. The pub's closed now, but look, forever. And we see Christy an awful lot as well. Paddy's is the place to be. in Ballyhaunis. You catch Christy in there, myself, and loads of others when we're back. Well, I'm in London. I'm based in London, so but I'm from the country there. 79 points, I'll take that. But I've seen a lot of people wildcarding, getting their Embuemos and Eze's in, and they're about 17 points on top of me for that wildcard. And those are trip clapped in game week 2. They're about 17 points ahead of me as well. But to be 181k out of 10 million at this time of the moment in time, only down 27k in rank, but 245 points. And this is a great. I've never had a start like this for a long time. It's dangerous to give me a good start. Because I'm definitely an end of season player. Usually I do so well in team value at the beginning. It doesn't translate until you really get into the end of the season. I've got like millions more than others to mess about with because I always I got lost the last 2 seasons on chasing price rises, and he's going down, I got to get rid, and no faith in players, and I got lost, I admit, last season. It was the Gabriel versus Saliba stunt that messed me up. I had Gabriel. I didn't hear the early news in game week 1. And the season before, I decided to go without Haaland. Then I free hit in game week 2 to get Haaland back, and he did nothing. And then he done brilliant again, and I got totally lost, and I was nowhere. So I'm definitely not getting burned on Haaland ever again, and Salah. The two protagonists, this is a mock-up now. Spend quite a bit of time to get this one. Not quite there, but look, the two of them. I love Mo's new mean style, and look, there is slight doubt about his. This could be his last season, although I don't think it will. Liverpool have contract talks with Ellison and I think TAA as well. They're the main two that they have to kind of tie down, so they don't want to lose them. And I think City, the only asset to have really at the minute is Haaland and possibly Rico Lewis, and at 4.6, who's doing like an inverted roll down the right, I think. And that means Guardiola is more like in the defensive role. He's not getting in them wide left sort of tap-in post areas that we've seen. So lots of people will be getting off Guardiola. And all the City defenders have gone down about at least 0.1 from 5.9. Stones is down again, 5.4. And Ellison is not doing the clean sheets as usual. So I think most people will be gravitating to Liverpool defenders and Arsenal defenders in the long run, if you're not already on them. So Haa-Lah is the love story of the season. This FPL couple wedded with a 41 carat gold ring in points. So both of them have 41 points, and I'm just loving it at the moment. I'm just going to alternate the captaincy of these two, and I think it's City have Arsenal in game week 5. So I think Bournemouth are in game week 5 for Liverpool. So I'll be captaining Mo, and like I just got it right. I think I nailed it this season, except for the Nkrumah bloody thing. That was a mess, but everyone walked into that trap. And I did have Barco, but look, I did not expect to have much bench play at the beginning of seasons ever. Normally you try and get as much money in to get a good start in your first 11, and then you try and leave maybe 1, at most 2 cover, just in case you're getting 1 or 2 points off the bench, whatever. But that's the story there for this. Next up is I think it's the beauty. It's this one here, I think. Yeah, so West Ham 1, Man City 3. And again, Haaland is Buddha unplayable, Zen at the temple of West Ham. So a bit of play. He's bloody unplayable at the temple of West Ham. So yeah, this is this Buddhist thing, which is definitely working for him at West Ham. I'm just not sure about Foden, Cole Palmer, and I think Ollie Watkins haven't gone away with international duty. We're on the first international break. I can't believe it. After 3 games, last year was after 4. It's pretty early this year, and I'll get into my analysis of these. This is the first of 3 international breaks, so look, it's going to be up till game week 11. It's going to be stop start, and we hate it. Ireland are playing England at home and at the Aviva, so look, it's going to be interesting just for a rivalry thing. But come on, be interesting to see the new Icelandic coaches for Ireland, and I think it's Smolex. He's going great guns. I think in the Prem. I think I can't think where he's playing now. Sorry, is it Ipswich or anyway? Things are going good, and at least we have a few defenders playing in top flight for Ireland against England. But come on, Lee Carsley's coming home, huh? With Grealish and Rice, and all 3 of them, played for Ireland, and was the Martin O'Neill gave the caps to Rice. But anyway, it's going to be an interesting. It'd be just to watch that game tonight. Will be just interesting alone to see how the crowd react, because it's not in Irish nature to be so vitriolic. We'll have to see. I have a funny feeling they mightn't be as bad to Rice. That they're all. It's just not in our nature, really. Man United 0, Liverpool 3. There's a picture of Super Mo runs up a 17 steps hall at the Old Trafford Museum of Casimirology. Of course, Casemiro at fault for the first. He looked pretty slow in midfield. He wasn't at the pace of the game. He's still a quality player, but he needs to be looked after. He needs somebody beside him that's more mobile than Mount, with more of a physical presence. They need a. He's probably better, sort of slightly, be able to kind of a free roll in midfield and kind of get in the game his own way. And he can come up with some goals here and there, but Liverpool really looked, just full of running and so clinical. And Haaland with a goal and 2 assists, and he's very bonus point friendly this year. It's unbelievable. Whatever way they've worked it out this year, he is just mopping up the bonus points. It's not. It's shocking is that he's really poor with bonus points. He'd have to score. I've seen him last season with 2 goals and assists and not get on because Liverpool kept a clean sheet. One of the Van Dijk's come up with a goal. TA's got 2 assists, and Luis Garcia's picked up a goal and whatever. He's just not. He's missing out, and this season he's not going to miss out. I think, and we just see he's 12.7 now. So I don't know where United are going to go from this anyway. Asset wise, is there anyone? Xerxes down again. Dallows, okay. Ahmad, if you have him, will be interested against Southampton coming up in game week 4. Keep an eye out Bruno Fernandes and what they do at Portugal. Ronaldo doing well against Croatia, scoring record amount of goals for his country, Portugal. And the Scots think they have a chance against. I think they're playing Portugal next, and they were going to get back to winning ways after losing to Poland 3-2 with a penalty at the last gasp. But I do want to get on to another aspect of the penalty stuff later on. We've only had 2 penalties all season, the 3 games played. 3 game weeks, 77 games or whatever it is. Haaland scored 1 and some other dude I can't think of scored as well. It's only 2 goals this season in penalties. Yeah, so lots of people ripping up their teams to get Mo in and do a wild card. But for me, I'm just going to save up 3 transfers to game week 6 and get my Arsenal in that way, and I'll have to make a decision if I can have Saka in my team with a little bit of team value built up, or figure out just get Havertz, an Arsenal defender, and a keeper. I'm confident I can swing something by game week 6 with 3 transfers. You can roll up to 5 transfers this year, which is mental brilliant. It's great crack. So you can have a mini wild card, and for the more casual players, it's going to be really good. You can use a lot of your wild card early. You can still have outs come before Christmas, game week 12. Right, next is in FPL, patience is a virtue, as Isaac repays 44% of FPL managers. Now, of course, his price, I think he was still 8.5 the last time I checked. I know Gordon's down to 7.4, but so that even though I do have a Spurs and Man United affiliation, Man United really gone back home, but seeing Isak scoring that goal at the end was terrific. Even though I have this a Tottenham kind of thing about me, I am a season ticket holder and I do watch, but I'm more of a football fan, and just having the tickets just brilliant and just great to get in for that Saturday 3 o'clock experience. But yeah, it's good to know. Newcastle aren't in Europe, and a few others. I don't think Brighton are in Europe either. So these are the sort of players that are terrific for FPL. They won't have so much rotation with the European games coming up. So I'm keeping both my Isaac and Gordon for the time being until game week 6, and I'll assess then. They're still chipping away at points. They got a lot of away games to begin of this season, so they don't function great away from home, as we saw. I think in Bournemouth, where they were lucky to get away with a point there at the end, the disallowed goal from Bournemouth. But look, I'm happy enough. With Spurs, it's just the same old story, and I think it's going to be an Ange false dawn. Warning is like Tottenham don't have that sort of plan B, C. They have no other plan. Solanke has been a blow. The sort of excitement of him coming in has been really quelled the fans, and he's injured now. He should be back by game week 4. But they got Arsenal, and they have Arsenal next anyway, and after that, I'm not sure. I think it's not sure if it's City, but we'll see anyway. But going after that, they should be okay for a run. But looking at that, Porro is the only one I'd have in that team that could play all the games, because of just his ceiling is pretty high, as a attacking defender, and he's already provided a clean sheet assist with VDV as well, who should be back from his knock as well. I have double Spurs defense, which looks like a good call, because both have returned clean sheets and an attack in return. So just listen. I think VDV is a bargain. He was player of the season for Spurs last season. I'm happy to have him at 4.5. I think he can come up with a goal, and he's got an instinct, and he does clean. He's like a sweeper defender, like as well in one, how he can get back, and the way he raced so far forward in the Everton game and laid on an assist for Sonny. That's brilliant. That's some pace. So I'm very happy with VDV. He's not going to go anywhere on my team. I think he's that type of guy that it's great to have on the bench, to target that game at home that Spurs should be doing well in. Sonny, he's been flicked around the place, left or right wing, then center. I'm not sure. He'll go through his runs, his streaky runs, but I just don't think he's a solid game week to game week like Saka. Like, he is not a Saka, and still not sure about the penalty thing with Tottenham. Like, Solanke is a penalty taker, so if he is taking them, keep an eye out for that. Although Son's captain, he should be. He probably won't give him up, but that's my tuppenny with Spurs there, folks. Next is Eze Dazzles and Cole Frazzles, FPL managers. Yeah, totally frustrating, Cole, just to get that assist. And I just kind of shocked with Chelsea, and they had a lot of chances. Madueke had, like, I have Madueke in the team. I got him in instead of Nkunku, and I made a 0.2 net profit, really. I got rid of Nkunku. It was not, I think he's down to nearly 6.2 at this stage. Got rid of Nkunku at 6.5 and got onto Madueke 6.4 before he rose to 6.5. So I'm listen, people say, oh, Madueke, that's crazy. Yeah, in many ways, but he really got up forward. He had about 5 chances, 2 gilt-edged. He should have scored against Palace. He's getting into them positions, and I don't think Sancho will threaten them too much down the right. He could be moved into the centre. It depends what they do with Cole Palmer, because he's not been registered for the Conference League. So we know he's going to be getting breaks in between midweek. So Palmer is going to be a primed asset. We know he's going to be starting Saturday, Sundays now. He's not registered now, not until February. I think they can register their players again who's going to be in the conference in February again. So that's what they're doing, saying their call. Have your midday week rest. And we know it's going to be frenetic with the league, the way there's like second 12 teams in the league, or 16, and there's the top 8 that go through or something stupid. I don't, it's the league, it's crazy. So I'm just saying there's loads more games in this Europa Conference and Champions League formats now. So that's the story. Eze's unbelievable, 6.9. I'm just praying he doesn't go up to 7. So I'll check it out later. But he will hit Eze and Buemo. They're not in Europe, either of them, and they're going to be just, you can have them all the way up to Christmas and beyond, these two. And they're just fixture proof. And Eze, and we know he's top notch. So, it's just everything is coming through him now. There's not much happening down the right for Palace. Elise is gone. And all the, he takes penalties, frees, all sorts. And you can rely, that he will be at the end of these chances. So that's the story there with them two. What else we got next? Yeah, Arsenal and Brighton. Okay, Rice being sent off with the 2 yellows. It's not. I think it's terrible in a way. Pro gets sent off just for that stupid, like, kick the ball away or whatever. And then that sets up Brighton for their goal. They end up 1-1, and that breaks the Arsenal clean sheet. Big frustration for a lot of people. I'm not complaining too much, because in game week 6 I'll be wanting the clean sheets from Arsenal. So look, Brighton have Ipswich at home, Forest and Chelsea and Spurs. I wouldn't worry about Chelsea or Spurs. Brighton are playing, by far, they look like a better team than the two London protagonists they're playing, and 2 lovely home games. So I have Matoma in already. Okay, Zhao's gone up to 5.7 or more. Minta here looking like a great deal, a great punt. A lot of people getting in Dunk now as well to get the clean sheet, but I haven't decided yet. I got 1 transfer, and I'll just see. I could sneak in Minta there, or Zhao. I'll decide later, but we'll see anyway. You look at Aston Villa. They have Leicester at home, I think, next. Do they? Oh, they sorry, they don't. They have Everton at home, Aston Villa. They bet Leicester 2-1 away. Ollie had chances again, coming off at 60 minutes. But 60 minutes, Everton at home, this could be a slaughter here for Villa, and we'll see how Rodgers plays. Everyone will be keeping an eye. As well, Adama as well looks like really, really good bet as well for that game if you want to picture. I am worried about the Villa thing now in game week 4. That's going to be tricky. A lot of people have Konsa, and they have a Rodgers, so they're well set up for. And Everton looked really good, brilliant performance against Bournemouth. But they threw it away in the last 10 minutes. They could have been like 3 or 4 up at this stage. But at 2-0, and then they get that. It's just the same cross in the box all the time, and shocking. That was the most shocking game I've ever seen for a long time. How a team can throw it away. I think Spurs were the last team, maybe. But that's the story there, and I advised a lot of the Brighton assets if you can get them in. Top dog for this game week 3 is Connor Hussey. 97. As you can see, Robbie McCormick at 96. The only 2 there that had the massive haul. And good luck to them. The Connor's team we'll see later. It's just unbelievable. I was really impressed when I went through. I think it's better than mine. I prefer his, but that's saying mine's not too bad either. But Well done, Robbie. Underdogs are Dara, the FPL Egghead, who finished third last year, living in Ahermore, and Kieran Longdog Kylie, 88. So really, really good scores. You can see these these four kicked away really, and then the rest of us on 84s got Lacers Carney, the Mission Harford, Tommy Cunyon, who's got third in the Christy Nic in 2017. So he's got a bit of pedigree. Shaman, the rash one, O'Boyle. I think that's O'Boyle. And this lad's based in Vancouver, Canada, where Jackie the Dancer Maloney is, and he asked to can he get a couple of lads from Canada in the league, and so that's fine as long as you know them. And that's the rule with the Christy Nic. The people only coming in, and no randoms, but just people we know of through know of. So yeah, the rash one, that's I don't even know him, but it's son of the rash one. That's what O'Boyle. O'Boyle is seen as some sort of danger term or something. But beware the rash one. And so this is a 82, great score. Joey Commando Nina, of course we call him Commando because you go to bed at night ahead of Joey by a point or something in the league, and then when you wake up the following day, the commando's over your head. He's beaten you. He's done that a few times in several seasons. So like MacGyver, who can get the job done, Joey the Commando, 81, he's not far off the top, and beware. And also Rory the Mission, who won it in 2023. He's another one to watch out. He's stalking the top 10 at the minute, as you'll see later on. Sajendra from Malaysia, Liam Herr, Diarmid, the big friendly giant, Phillips in there with lovely 80. Pa got an 80 for Ferret Smotho, got an 80, who's our Zimbabwean based Londoner. I know Rose and Brent Barry all an 80 and 79. So like anything mid 70s up is fine. Obviously, depending on have you played your chip or whatever. But if you just got your straightforward 75, nothing played, all chips and taxed, you're laughing. Top million, top two is fine at this stage. It's only early days. Guru, myself, Adam Hickey, and Owen the Love Boat Row, based in Claremore. So good 79 and top hurler as well. Great to see him making the top dogs list for game week 3. Now we have runts. I was thinking about putting the runts under here as well, but look, let's be positive. Let's be positive. No, I could do just a few bark outs. So obviously the Haa-Lah templates are winning here. Don't put why put the cart before the horse? Put Jota and Diaz up before and Salah in the cart. Just have Salah as your pedigree Budweiser horse romping through the fields. Jota and Diaz, as you can see, Jota's kind of gone off the boil a bit, and Diaz has took over the last 2 game weeks. So between the two of them, they'll soak up the points. But Salah will always be in there in those points and the penalty taker. So it's ultimately forlorn. Loads of people are going to be sacrificing lots their Saka and Parma or Son sort of formations in midfield to get Salah in. Guru is watching the watchers. Yeah, I'm watching Andy from Let's Talk FPL all the time. I base where I am, and my modus operandi is to finish above him because I know that if I keep an eye on his moves, that will be propelling me up because he's not going to be 2 million all season. So I keep an eye on Scout, FPL Scout, as Mark, Joe, and a load of them. I keep an eye on Sam Balafield, and I keep an eye on the other side of things as well. And I like Gianni as well. Gianni's good. He's got his own site, so it's a shout out for them lads. So a great start. So I'm going to keep an eye on the masses. We all know everyone copies Andy's teams and AI teams as well, the copycats. So keeping above Andy is just critical. Key for me this season was not to overthink it. Yeah, I just wanted the stress-free draft. So that's why I won the Haa-Lah thing and TAA, because I just want stress-free. I was going to have Ellison or Raya in there so I could just stick and fix keeper, but I just eventually just wanted to sort out the midfield and just be a bit more attacking, have my Isak and Gordon. It was just a hunch, and we'll sort out that Arsenal situation by game week 6. Yeah, so lots of people playing their wild cards, as we'll see later on. So it's all in the panic to get on their Liverpool assets. Different dynamics. Yeah, game week. Well, we've had game week 1 to game week 3 here, and we've seen that all teams in the Prem have had a free hit. We've seen them all play their teams. Liverpool's team has been just unchanged and very predictable, and lots of other teams. So there's no like Euro games to cloud the who's starting or not. But so that was a free run with TA. Failing a bit, although 20 odd points is one of the top sort of defenders in those clean sheets. But in all fairness, it's 40 points wouldn't have shocked TA. So I'm not happy that he's had the free run. Now we're going to get into the international break. I don't think he went away in international duty. I'm not sure about that, but game week 4 to 7, we'll see now. Liverpool will have the Euro fixtures, and there'll have to be that they have Chiesa in there, who will take on a little bit on the right, and he is like for Salah. So Salah now is pushing the issue like, I could be gone next season, and he's pushing for a new contract. So that we'll see how Liverpool play it with Chiesa. I wouldn't be surprised if Salah goes off a little bit early, but you can't have him off the team at the minute. But his minutes will have to be watched. Game week 8 to 11, again, there's more Euro stuff. So need to keep an eye on this now and be realistic that now the next 7 game weeks, we're going to have to, just be aware of, the Newcastle and Brighton syndrome where they having these things. So it's just like what you feel like it's all about minutes for me, minutes and fixtures. And I really am not one of them stats people who I make all my decisions based on who's got the highest XG or XA, or who's got the highest sort of whatever optima rating there is on this thing's expected goals, and it's just all look like Bruno Fernandes is the highest in expected goals, and he's got nothing. The difference between expected goals is reality. You've got unreality versus reality, and the reality of it, he has nothing. Now he could probably score a brace against Southampton. I have to think to myself, he's gone down in price. If he goes down to 8.32, I think he's great value, Bruno. I think he's not going to have this massive amount of unluck that he's had before. It's going to even out in his favor sooner or later. And lastly, I don't think it's 25% of managers, but something like 500,000 minimum are wild card in this game week. And as we get onto game week 6, you expect possibly 25 to 40% of managers will have wild carded by then. I am 50-50 at this stage of wildcard because I'm on the template. Well, the template everyone's trying to get to. Everybody wants a TEA, a Salah, Haaland. So I'm not far off where everybody wants to go with this thing. And just an offshoot, just saying, laugh out loud. No one has ever won FPL if they finished outside the top million after game week 3. So that rules out Andy from Let's Talk. That rules out a lot of people, but it doesn't rule out me. And I'm dangerous. I'm confident. I'm very confident. I'm not scared at all about front running. I'm a front runner. Let's have a look here. What we got next? Oh, this is the top dogs thing. Yeah. That's the shout outs. Yeah, there's the price rises now. We've seen Semenyo rise 5.6, Haaland 15.2. He's gone up 2. Diaz is 7.6, and Buemo 7.1. He's gone up. João Pedro and Welbeck. I prefer Pedro and Penos 5.7, up from 5.5. Madikay's up. We've seen that he's up 0.2 since I got onto him. Anana from Villa 5.1. Palma 10.6. He's finding up, and Saka's 10.1. So keep an eye out. I wouldn't want to be him going up to 10.2 by the time I get onto them. The fallers so far, Gordon, as we said, 7.4. Xerxes gone back down to 7. And Kunku 6.2 now. He could go to 6.1. Andreas 5.4 from Fulham. Hudson Odoi 5.4. So is Harrison. So me is 4.4. Watkins has gone down anyway, finally. Everyone's wondering why Isak hasn't gone down yet from 8.5. Carlson down. Mateta. Calafiore is down 5.8. 0.2 down because he's not starting. Raul overthinking Fulham is 5.4. Trippier gone down 0.2, 5.8. Martinelli's down. Maino's down 5.4. Anderson, who's at Fulham now from Palace 4.4. He's a good asset. Him brilliant. I love Anderson. Sterling 6.8 now from 7. He's at Arsenal now, so I still wouldn't be getting onto him. I'm not sure. I think he would be attacking more down the left. I think it's the left, isn't it? Martinelli's position. Good squad player, but I'm not sure if that will get Arsenal over the line this season. I think a Tony would have been brilliant for Arsenal, but there you go. It's Havertz a bust really now, and Jesus, I'm not too sure. Squad player here and there. Rice has gone down after his 2 yellows. Bruno Guimaraes is 6.4 and Tsimikas 4.8, but I wouldn't be touching him. He's usually the cover for Robinson. I think Bradley is the cover for TAA, who is getting more minutes this season. Possible fallers. Now, this is like about 3 days ago. Darwin, 7.3. Foden could go down again to 9.3 because he's 9.4 now. Bailey's injured. He could be going down to 6.5. And tomorrow you got McGinn. And well, this is this week. I'll have a quick look now. Kwanzaa could go down again to 4.2. Castagne's not playing for Fulham, and Bruno could go down to 8.3. So just monitor these guys. Look, Neto is very good value as well if he's getting the games. Yeah, so that's the video done. Let's have a quick look at the price rises. I always check FPL price changes. This guy is brilliant. So shout out to FPL price changes on Twitter or X. So overnight, 8 hours ago, Zinchenko's down to 4.9. 4.9 for Zinchenko. He's not really an option. Yeah, Ward-Prowse is down again, 6.3 from 6.5. Gomez, I think he's the Liverpool asset. He's not playing. Konate will be playing. Now, Salah's the big one here, folks. He's up to the 12.7, so I've made my 0.1 now. Lewis, yeah, Rico Lewis, of course. He's great value at 4.7 as long as he starts ahead of Walker as well. Walker's the man threatening there, but she's Rico Lewis. Kyle Walker still has some asset. FPL General, what's he saying? I do follow FPL General. Yeah, he's good. And that's Gianni Buttress, the dude that I referred as well. He's got a good podcast I always listen to. Yeah, a lot of most transferred in. Yeah, João Pedro already 27.7% ownership. So September the 5th is the 7th now. Awanyi's gone down. Janiat and Skip has gone down. And I don't think there was Bruno is close yet. Bruno is threatening another drop to 8.3. So not an awful lot. Not an awful lot. Yeah, Cole Palmer transfers in 200,000, transfer out. That's mad, isn't it? That's mad. I think Cole is unbelievable asset now. He's seriously, I think I would do all I can to have him in my Wildcard 6 draft because he's not playing the Conference League. Okay. And a few bit. Oscar Bob is down to 4.8. This is the September the 4th. Danilo Bailey's gone down. Yeah, so Oscar Bob, he's that massive injury. Very, very, very unlucky. So that's it. And then FPL Hub, the latest shenanigans here. The next increase is Adama from, I think that's Adama Traore. I think that's him. I think it's the Traore from Wolves, possibly going up to 5.1. It's not much really. Other dudes, Dinya's possibly going up 95, but usually that's not enough to get you it says here estimated next week because a lot of people are tuning out of FPL now. There's not much activity. People are leaving it. And Robinson, brilliant asset. Oh, yeah, very, very good. Very attacking for Fulham. Very, very good. 4.6 could go up. I'd still have him on my bench. Great to rotate him in and out with Rico Lewis, wouldn't it? Matt Sarawi, 93%. So he's another one to keep an eye on. But all this is like week on the fixtures, nothing really to write home about. Look, Foden now could go down again. It could be tonight. So he could go down to 9.3. God, he's going to be great value. He'd probably get down to 9.3 and it's still going to be great value. But this mystery sickness that he seems to be getting it's a bit scary. He does have these, it's a bit vague what's going on with Foden. So I wouldn't be going anywhere near Foden. I'd have my Mbuemo. Look, a lot of people are thinking about this as your man up front for Brentford. He's at 6.1, so he's one definitely to consider if you fancy going 3 up front. Okay, Cresswell, McGinn, Neto possibly going to go down. Neto for the Arsenal goalkeeper. Okay, yeah, that's fine there. All good there. Yeah, this game week, really happy to get out of Dodge. Well placed. Flecken's really worked out. He's got after the City game, which they'll be playing next. They will, and Spurs away. I think they've got 2 away. Is this, I think they're away to Spurs because I'm going to that game. I went to the Everton game. So City away and Spurs away. Then the West Ham, Wolves. I wouldn't mind United. Probably will, but after that, like that's your wild card guy. So I'm really happy he'll go up in price. So that's why I'm saying Wissa and Buemo. It's a possible treble up on these guys. I think with Brighton, there's only a couple of games, and then they have a hard run. Yeah, they got Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle away, tricky. Wolves at home, Liverpool, City. Yeah, I'm not sure about a wild card with much Brighton in it. Is it Brighton is that punt for these couple of games? Faze only came in for Van de Ven, but I'm okay with that. Van de Ven will be playing against Arsenal. There'll be no Rice, so there's an outside chance. But we saw what Thomas Partey did to Tottenham over the years. He's well and able, and he's already come up with the goals. So. Madueke is going to be interesting. I'm going to keep him in the team so far and see how his minutes go. I might double up in Chelsea later on. I'm thinking about Jackson as well and go 3 up front. That will depend on how Newcastle get on in the next few weeks. Look, you got Wolves, Fulham, City at home, up at Newcastle. You never know, but like Everton, Brighton, I don't think there's any panic until Chelsea. Okay, it's tricky. A little bit of a mixed bag, but I'm not too worried at this stage with Newcastle assets. Mo's in there, Salah's in there, the Haa-Lah guys. Only 3 of them really returned for me, and that disallowed goal was a gutter. Oh. But that's the story, and happy enough. And lots of people have played their free hits and wild cards and trip caps, and people are panicking out there. You can really smell it. They're panicking. So not really much more to say about my team. I'm happy enough. In the King of the Travellers, let's have a crack here. Connor Hussey winning out against Stevie Stratnolan, part of our FPL duo draft, guys. If you're in that, I'll have a look at their team later on, or the format. Kevin Guru Killer Kilbride just nipped in the bud by Joseph Lyons. Kevin Morley took out by Owen Collins. The average takes out John Toffee Crush Kelly, or he won it 2 years in a row, 15 and 16. So great respect for Johnny, and thanks for our man from Ireland to keep us all honest. I'll have a look at his team actually, see if he's got any Liverpool in it. He always said to me, "Oh God, he's such anti-Liverpool. He won't." Yeah, there you go. I knew it. Johnny Kelly from Ireland he hates Liverpool. He won't have him. He won't have him. But you can do well without the Liverpool stuff. But not to have anything there. Saliba, okay. Harwood, Bellis, what the hell? Okay, he's a yellow card. So Solanke's, that's unlucky. He should be back though. I wouldn't be getting rid of Solanke, not at all. Has he kept his value? Yeah, he has 7.5. So yeah, I am considering. Well, there's a few to consider as well. I like the Wissa. Yeah, DCL has come into the picture as well. I'm surprised. Why has he got here? He's just got this dude here. I can't even pronounce his name. Not sure. Yeah, he's got pretty heavy with Spurs here. It's just sometimes that bet you take when you do your draft at the beginning. Am I going to go heavy with Spurs, City, and team looks a little bit lost. So if I was Johnny, I'd be wildcard now with this and sorting out. He won't. He won't do the Liverpool. Sorry. He'll die in that cross. Watkins looks like, what's this? A knock? A knock. I hate these knocks. Palmer, what's the story with him? Knock. All right, two of these have a knock, and that's why they're not going to international duty. So is it panic time? I wouldn't have your wings or this Everton dude. If I was Johnny, he won't get on the Liverpool assets. So I'd say roll your transfers and find a way to get wings out. Try and get Arsenal. If you can't get Liverpool in, get Arsenal for coming in the future. He's got his Pickford in the pair tree anyway. Yeah, he loves his Everton, so that's just a shout out there. That's Johnny Kelly's team. He deserves a bit of a mention. He's just a stalwart, and thanks for supporting and playing the Christy Nic. Joey Neenan just taken out. Rossley. Let's see where this Rossley guy's. I've never heard of him. Malaysia again. So somebody to do with Sajendra. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of this. Liverpool, not a bad game week 80. He made the game week 3 top dogs list. Havertz is fine. Isak. Okay, he's got the size. So yeah, this is one without the Haaland thing. And it's tricky. But it looks like an engaged team, and there looks to be some thinking behind it, and it's fine. It's probably his personality. He likes his Liverpool. Yeah, Becker's been brilliant. He's been the best keeper. The great saves and the clean sheets. I would just like to take out one of them defenders and get someone handy in here, like an Embuemo if you can get there, or an Eze. I love my 3-5-2. But yeah, people are mainly thinking about going without Haaland until game week 6, when a lot of people will finally use their wild card, because as you can see, there's a few tricky fixtures for City. Brentford might make it tricky like they did away to Liverpool. Arsenal's Arsenal. That could be a 0-0 or 1-1. And Newcastle away could be tricky. So a lot of people, if you don't have Haaland, a lot of them are saying, well, let's just try and get to game week 6 or even 7 and then sort out Haaland. Then after that, then look at the run. It's just crazy. It's a crazy run. So that's the story there with Volton FC, Mr. Rosley. So that's the story there. And Eze, so Jarlath Carney in there. He wins out against the Maverick James Lions. He did finish in the podium there a couple of seasons back as well. He came third, I think. Third or second. Anyway, can't think. Ross 118 O'Hara losing out to Kieran, aka 47 long dog Kylie. I can't. Just this guy with it's just a legend in the Christy Nic, and he will get his head together. But his brother Paz really doing well. Is really really chasing the points earlier on. He's made the pups a few times. So we know Ross because of Rory Harford, who I met the two of them over in London, and a few of their friends, and we had a few beers. Scotland versus Ireland World Cup match. I can't think when it was, back in last October or November, so a while now. So that's the crack there. So he's welcome. He's from Kildare and living in Dublin. So Pa Kiley winning out against the Starman Adrian Phillips. So yeah, Pa's had a good year. He's had a good start to the season. And after 3 games, I've won 3 out of 3. Terrific. Plus I'm not beating the Connor Hussey man. Our Ross Commons number 5 on the panel. So really happy to have our Ross, Connor Hussey, and obviously James Crane is the honorary Ross Common head as well in this. We'll have a look at how he's doing after his wild card. And Pat Kiley, as I said, is having a great season. Joe's there. Joe won it last season, the King of the Travellers. And Joseph Lyons has had a great season. Andy's in there, and bringing down the averages there at 6. And Johnny down with no Liverpool is there. So that's the roundup of the King of the Travellers. Now the draft. This is the duo FPL duo draft that Jackie Malone and Knowlesy Nolan have our 2 Ballyhaunis lads. It's the draft duo tier 3. Now it's about 12 tiers, so I'm doing well. I'm in tier 3. We had the qualifiers, and the qualifiers got me to tier 5, and then I got to tier 3 from tier 5. So lost out to Brian's team here, mainly only 29 points. I got destroyed. I had Jota, but Brian has had Diaz and Salah, so I got totally creeled. And fair enough. When you lose bad in your draft, you lose bad in that game week, get it all over and done with then. And this is who he is now. So can't go back, but got creeled with them two there. I kind of knew I was up against it, but realistically for this season, I'm not really too fussed. In all fairness, I've won 2 already. It's just I'll sort out something. Whoever I got next, I think I got this lad here. So who we got here? Billy, Rory, another Rory, Paul, Fernandez, I think, James. This is Joey Neenan. So he's in our Christy Nic. I got Hakon next. So we'll have a look at this. So that's good stuff. Good stuff. Breffany Blues must be Kevin. So I'll keep an eye on this as long as I can. So little bit of the review here. Jason Goldrick, the Christy Nicholson Pub. So he's used his trip cap anyway. And his team, the eye test, fine, Flecken, fine, Spurs. I'd have Poro any game. Guardiola, Livermore, not too sure. Rodgers, flattering to deceive, although he is getting in great positions. If Ali scored his goal, he would have gotten an assist by now, but no returns yet. I think I see him more of a facilitator for your team rather than someone you play as 11. No, he will be great against Everton. We'll see. This is the big chance now. Well, so a lot of them are saying that if Villa aren't playing well, Rodgers isn't playing well. So it's a funny one. It's not like if City are playing bad, Haaland's always scoring. It's that this is a different dynamic. So we'll see. Smith Rowe is just brilliant. He scored. He's assisting, and I'm just delighted with that pick over Andreas. Delighted to have him on my team. Really am. Love Smith Rowe. He's a brilliant player. He's good enough to be at Arsenal playing, but it's just that Odegaard thing, it's kind of took over there. Fair enough. Bailey's injured now. Keep an eye out for him. Salah's up to 12.7 now. Isak, I think, is still 8.5. Haaland. Munez is a frustration. So points line in the floor in a few positions here for Jason. Munez is the other dude I was thinking of down the right for Palace. Since Olise is gone, he's not been as effective because Elise was taking a lot of the defenders his way, and Muñoz would have been able to get more attacking positions and to be open a lot more and to be feeding. He had a terrific end of the season with Glasner. So this is the issue with Palace, I think, with Anderson gone as well. If they had lost Gerhi as well, and Eze was mooted to go to City. So I don't know. I just don't get why Palace just totally went Lula and just got rid of it. I think it's possibly Elise with the injury thing. They made just a calculate call. We're getting 50 million in. Bingo, bye. I think Elise has gone to Bayern or Napoli or somewhere anyway, is out that direction. But yeah, that's the crack with Muñoz, I think, and Anderson gone as a blow. So I think Palace will be fine now. We saw against Chelsea that they have the squad, and they now know, and they're more assured and settled now, knowing that there's no more of this transfer shenanigans. The end of August, I think, has been good before the season starts, so that we have none of this sort of rubbishy 3 to 4 games where nobody knows if they're staying or going. So good stuff from James. One or two things about it. You can see that the Haa-Lah draft is just phenomenal, and to have them amount of points and to have a lot lying on the floor with Manuna, Muñoz could have had oogles. He's had the most shots in the Prem and the least returns. We're even worse than TAA. Connor, the Hussey, absolutely terrific. This is the team. I just love the team. It's just everywhere I see. Look, this Zhao is brilliant to have in now. He's got both the Haa-Lah thing going on. A bit of Newcastle. He's got his Liverpool covered as well. Possibly, obviously, Garcia would have been the one, massively. But what can you do? He's not covering anybody, actually. He's just playing a number 9, and he's the most highest up in the Liverpool attacking team like that. Surely, and he's going to get on to the end. And the amount of little goals he scores at the head is just phenomenal. So I wouldn't be panicking with Jota at all. Eze is brilliant Smith Rowe. Bit of Chelsea in there and something on the bench. 2 that will be playing. So I like the bench as well. That's what I was trying to say earlier on, is 1 or 2 that you'll have on the bench. Fabianski now came on for the injured Areola, and he looks like now he's going to get a few starts in a few games. So yeah, it all looks good. There could be a bit of rotation there now we can do. Options are very, very much open. Top 70k, along up there with Jason. So brilliant stuff going forward, and that's Connor's team. My team, as you can say, I'm happy enough with it at the minute. Nothing on the bench apart from Faze, but I'm going to sort all this out. Everyone's going up in value as well. I'm happy enough. I really do think Flecken's going to be great, the best 4.5 goalkeeper. But this season, really, it was about your premium goalkeepers, your Ellisons and Reyes. They really killed it, and their price really reflected the value of going for that. That was the way to go. But Flecken would be the best now outside of them. Robbie McCormick, McGoldricks and McCormick's up. Robbie, good, very, very good season for Robbie, and looking straight away. Ooh, Martinelli, okay, his minutes will be diminishing soon, but fine. Everything, yeah, Becker, brilliant. Liverpool, Garnacho, should do well against Southampton away. But that's going to be the acid test for Eric Ten Hag and his Chargers, I'll tell you that. Come away with a stupid draw or a 1-0 defeat, and that's game over. Gusto and Jackson and Palmer are the 3 to have, for maybe Sanchez. But yeah, Chelsea will have good fixtures coming up soon, so Gusto's handy to have. On the bench, not an awful lot. At least Fabianski's there. Yeah, it's fine. It's a kind of a team you can pivot very quickly. For instance, you can get rid of Martinelli, get him in Buemo. He's got a Salah and his Haaland. As you can see, the Salah, the Haa-Lah templates are absolutely, they're the ones to be on. The Simicast got off him to get Robinson. I would say that's the Fulham Robinson, yeah. Yeah. yeah, good call there. That was a very good call there. So just recognize that. Um, so only 7 points between me and the 372. So it's 100. So it's very, very tight. The rankings are very, very tight. Sajendra on 80 hasn't played any chips yet. Like, yeah, a lot of us haven't played chips yet, and we're in the top 10. Yeah, Liam Herr 80, good solid score. He's got the Haa-Lah thing going as well. The big friendly giant. He's played his trip cap, which was very, very brave when game week 2. And yeah, just stick and fix really at the moment with Haaland. No Salah, so that's an issue going forward for Bournemouth and Forest, who Liverpool have next. So he's not too bad. That was if you're going without Salah this season, this was possibly one of the best templates to have. To looking at this is like, oh, a lot of the influencers were on this, and the Barkwell and Kunku. Yeah, this team now looks to be the best team that's done so well. Top 7 in the Christie, 621,000, which is a great position to be in. But going forward now, it's time to be thinking about Salah. And would you captain Jota for Forest and Bournemouth? And his risk, the minutes could be at risk. We'll see if they're going to get arrested now in Europe. So some things, and to have Nkunku still is a massive drop in your team value now you've had to go through, and you might go through. It's 0.3 down in your team value. So a few things to be looking at anyway, but Saka's fine going for it. It's Saka, Eze, Smith Rowe's done great, good stuff in midfield. I'm not sure about Munez. Pat Kiley, as I said, terrific season, 610,000 K. He's used no chips. He's just this is the beauty when you get on a team like this. You can just sit on it for he's got the Haa-Lah thing going on in his template. Isak, fair enough. Paquetá, no. Garnacho for Southampton. He's got one more last chance. Burn, own goal, ouch. Cucurella, 80. I think he's done well to get out of this game week. And how he got out of the game week was mainly these 2 protagonists, or 3 protagonists, same as me. Having these through just kept you really. I'm looking at above 75 or 70 points average. And if you do that for 38 game weeks, you win it. So at the minute, I'm above the average of 70. That's my psychology. I want 70 points no matter what, hook or crook. Rory, the mission, Harford, the mission impossible after beating Joey 2 years ago to stop the 3 in a row. Our friend from Lutsk, North Dublin. Let's have a look. Semenyo. Oh, look at that call. Great call for the Semenyo. I think, yeah, that was for obviously the Everton game, and this the other dude that got the assist. But Semenyo came up with the goal. I think he done well there, and Saliba fine. I like these 3 going forward, and on the bench, nothing really to write home about at all. Probably, I'd say this Saka, Saliba, it's not in bad stead really in game week 6, having the Arsenal there already. But it will scare him with the Salah thing. The Salah thing is really open to that, and he's got the recommended cover for the Salah thing. But as I said, no better than the real thing. Having the Salah in there somehow just gives you a lot less headaches, and you wouldn't have to worry so much about covering them. Just have them. Don't put the cart before the horse, in my opinion. But it's preferences this season has been it's broke the template. I love it. I really thrive in seasons like this. But yeah, shout out for Eze there. Eze, I want Eze and Embuemo so bad. Neil Lacers Carney, very good, 229. 84 is a great score. Madike done the same move as me, which is good. Me, it shows that he's keeping on it. He's watching. I like FaZe. Zhao on the bench. Wow, this team is so interesting. Okay, there's no Haaland, so okay, that's scary, but yeah, it just goes to show this season you can survive. There's so many different ways to skin an FPL dog this season. So yeah, Parma will tick away, but there's a lot of money. Two of them have a lot of money in there. Saka, uh, Havertz. So going forward in game week 6 is fine in my opinion with this team. It's just that Haaland thing is going to be freaky. But if you're brave enough, you should be fine. You could go without Haaland until game week 7, as you see, because they got the Arsenal and Newcastle away. There's a possibility those goals will slow down for Haaland. And if they do, and Palmer picks up and Saka and Madueke chips in, then you've really got to run on a lot of people. And then you can make a decision with the wild card later on to get your Haaland in so you can protect your rank. Because you just do not want to be carelessly losing your rank just because you're going to be stubborn against Haaland. But yeah, I think you can possibly look. Brentford at home is going to be scary enough. You could get another couple there. 2 touches and 2 goals, 3 touches and three. That's him all over. Now, Dylan Lyons, a great season for Dylan so far. He's come into the FPL Top Dogs, gone to the Dogs WhatsApp group, and a breath of fresh air. Great start to the season. He's soaking up all the information. He's got rid of his Kwanzaa. Eventually, he had to Barco. That's just like to get on him before he price rises, and he will because Cash is injured. Areola unlucky there. He'll have to sort out that goalkeeper thing now. Cons is fine. The eye test here is brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I know there's no Salah, but look, it's as I say, I think he'd be happy with the 75 and going forward. And all these guys. So I like his bench. He's got kind of a bit of versatility in there. Gordon Isak, like it. Zhao, brilliant. Rising in price. There's not much wrong with this team. Just the goalkeepers going forward. Of course, in game week 6, keep an eye out for. We'll all probably need 3 Arsenal and 2 Brentford by then. I think I might just do the wild card because you can roll up to 5 transfers this season. Jackie Coyne's having a great season. He normally gets off to a good start, Jackie, and then comes to training around January. He's just not looking at his team. If he can just get a full FPL game weekend, I've seen the potential in Jackie this year as well in FPL. I like the team here. Cucurella thing, I know he's won with Spain. I'm not so sure. I'd probably prefer the other dude, Gusto. If you want a defender in there, Caldwell will get games. But they're not exciting really. Martinez should be doing a bit better. The Villa have been a bit sluggish, conceding here and there. I've not been overly impressed by Villa this season. Guardiola, it's just not boring, but it's just he's not playing in that inverted left wing sort of thing. Not like Rico Lewis is like playing sometimes you know middle of the park centre forward, early. Smith Rowe fine, Saka fine. Everything else looks brilliant. Porro's there, Rogers is there. Yeah, love it. Not much wrong with that team. And yeah, he did well. He did bench Porro, and the other dudes have done better. So good call. Maybe Cucurella can replace him, but he should be starting. I that Porro's just exciting, most exciting Spurs player there. So yeah, I like the team, and I think patience will pay off with Newcastle in the long run here. Yeah, good stuff. And Brentford coming. I still keep Guardiola for Brentford, and that's the story there. Good stuff, Jackie. And no chips played either. The Starman, Adrian Phillips, terrific. Let's have a look. He's off to a great start. As I said, 1.1 million is fine. No chips played. You're a chip ahead of everybody. Maybe 2 at this stage. Flecken fine. Guardiola, okay. Bit of money tied in there at the defense. Faves has come on for somebody. He scored already. He's doing well. Madueke, Bruno. Yeah, Bruno could go down again, but look, I'm convinced that this guy will he will do well. He will score his penalties, and his attacking, underlying attacking assistance, returns, possible. It's just potential. It's the best in the league. But yeah, losing those 0.1s and 2s are just a killer in this game further down when you do your second wild card. Emil Smith Rowe. So just having these two is just going to keep you well up. Even the three of them here, I think, is going to keep you in good stead. Just going forward in game week 6, I think the Arsenal thing. Adrian is a gooner. Is he a gooner? I think he is. And I think he'll be wanting to get on a Saka there. I definitely don't want to be going without Saka and Mbuemo. David Cunyon, good stuff. He's played his trip, 60 there. So, yeah, he won't be happy to walk and start this season. Ruben's got his own goal, which is an absolute bummer. I hate that when you get your own goals. And Kunko for Smith Rowe, good move for Joey Commandonina. Guy you gotta watch. He's off to a good start. Probably the best of a lot of the influencers at the minute. A lot of them are stuck in 2.2 million. So Joey's doing well. He's kind of guided off a lot of what the influencers are doing because you can trust their rank, you see. You can't go trusting someone like mine anyway at the moment, the last 2 years. But Wood, very, very good call. A bit like the Isak thing. Well, I think Wood's had a better season than Isak, but I think Isak's going to win out. There's a lot of competition there with Ewoni, and now with I think a couple of more coming in. Let's see now. So yeah, it's a surprise that the Joy went without Salah, but don't know if the Jota and the TA thing will eventually work out to cover Salah. I think that's ultimately forlorn, as I said. But yeah, Eze on the bench, he'll be good. Oh my God. Why Rodgers will just be fuming Rodgers. I suppose Chelsea away, you'd be thinking. But no matter what game it is, a player like that, he takes the frees, he takes the penalties. We saw that he should have scored a free the other day away to West Ham, which is absolutely atrocious. That should be, So Eze is just an open mouth, an open goal. It's just points, points, points. With no Elite to mix up, everyone's going to go through him. So it's just a no-brainer. But unlucky there, Rodgers. So that's a -8 there. Rodgers really owes him. But a good call to get off in Kunko eventually. Smith Rowe's the man. Duncan, nice guy. Hannon down to 16, but still doing well. He's got rid of Muniz for Armstrong to make. Yeah, I don't mind Medicaid move. It's an exciting move, and the way I feel about Duncan, he won in 2018 the Christy Nic, so he's forever on the roll of honor. It's always something interesting about Duncan's teams. He's like in Madison. He likes flair, crafty players, and Linton might be a bit more knee-jerky to get onto him. He did well at the start. I'm not so sure, but yeah, Dunk should be okay for coming next 2 game weeks with Forest and Ipswich coming ahead. Yeah, João Pedro looks like it could be somebody you could think, but if you used 2 transfers already and going forward with Arsenal is scary as well. Yeah, there's a bit to change about this team by game week 6. But yeah, no, Salah and the Haaland thing, having them, you've just guaranteed yourself a good start. Simple as. Ethan Keane there, good stuff. Used no chips like Duncan and Aidan Gaffney, not used any chips. Yeah, that's a David McNamara. He's used his trip cap already anyway. Bruno Martinez, yeah. Good call from DCL there. Very good call there. He's got in the Villa left. I think he's Cash, isn't it? Replacement for Cash down the left, I think. TA Gordon, okay, so you're just trying to cover the Salah thing, ultimately don't think it just to have Salah in there rather than Diego and Martinelli, but we'll see anyway. Let's see what Dave does. Dave is a very invested player and great pedigree, always finishing top 10 normally in the Christy Nicholson. Andy Cunyon, a quick look at his He's been very differential going for Parma against Palace, which was a frustration. Um, yeah, it's 17 points on the floor, -6, so 11 points on the floor. That would have been 230, but it's 76. That's where you'd be thinking. It's just sometimes in this game you don't get rewarded for the bravery, and sometimes it's easy to mix bravery with being foolhardy and too gung ho, and especially at the beginning of the season. Yeah, good call. Diaz, brilliant call. So Diaz, Palmer, Haaland, and maybe a bit of Zhao. Attacking returns is just the rest of the team. But I like Bowen going forward. Again, like Newcastle and Brighton, they're not playing in Europe. So I'm looking at Bowen as a great differential. I love the team generally. I don't think there's any need to panic. I think he can cover the Salah thing, although he is a Liverpool fan, with these two. Brilliant. Going forward, Burns all right and Dallow's okay. They'll play for Mikalenko. So a lot of versatility in there. I like the team. Zhao is very good to have in there. Cunha, fair enough. Scored against Chelsea. He very attacking. Could have had another two against Chelsea. All in all, I like this team. Okay, the Isak Gordon thing, I was thinking about that myself. That was a very good move. It didn't pay off the 65, but going forward, I think the Palmer thing is going to be fine. Especially now he's not in the Europa Conference League. He's not been registered. So look, I think Andy, good start, solid. You're going to get your returns. Ivan DeMello, 70 there. Sean, shaky her. Not a bad start. Good country trade for Shaky. Yeah, just such a waste of money, isn't it? Like, just have Ellison, or I wouldn't want to block the Liverpool third by having Ellison, but yeah, Raya is the way to go there with your triple Arsenal, doubled Arsenal defense. Saka is the man. Madueke is just interesting pick. Great three here. And he can. I just don't think Joss is enough to cover Salah. So that's a bit of a weakness in the team here. And that's just where I am. So it's all right. It's okay, Shaky. You need to keep on it and think. Patrick Caulfield, Jebson and Faye. So he's just doing a bit of housekeeping with his defense. He's still got the Kwanzaa. Oh God, that's a money pit. Along and Kunku was the money pit this season. But yeah, a bit funny sort of team, kind of. It looks good for game week 6 though. I would just be captaining Haaland for everything, and the team looking at this really. But love Eze in the team, love it, and yeah, I think he's fine. I think Paz great here, very good. Ross Woman, 8 O'Hara, our Kildare lad. He's got a lot of white in here. He's got an affliction for white. Let's have a look. The Lily Whites, okay with Sells. Rogers kind of okay. Anderson's fine. 64, kind of ouch sort of thing. There's no red in here, which could be a problem going in game week 6 and Liverpool now. So it's a bit of a scary one. I wouldn't be relying too much on what Newcastle do against City at home. Okay, Parma, fair enough, but there's just something that doesn't smell right about Ross's team here. Going, can he get to game week 6? With no Liverpool, it's just, rather you than me, my friend. And this O'Boyle, Seamus out in Vancouver. His team, interesting, good stuff. Haaland, so yeah, fine. Saliba, you can get on his Arsenal later. Wood, Watkins will come good. Eze is fine. Good value there. And great 82. Well done, mate. And Hughie Carney, 74. So we go down. Can't go into all of them though. But Cyril Collins, 59. He did very well one game week. Top dog. Stevie Nolan. He got rid of his son and then Kunku, so he can get his Palmer. So it's probably just fish it in Smith Rowe and Palmer. I like that move going forward. I'd stick with Bruno and Jota just for the Southampton. And if they blow out again, I'm done with them. But no Liverpool here. It's just very scary for the next couple of game weeks. It's now it's a really tricky one. It's any way you can get. Well, TA and Joshua will cover the Salah thing. I know. Haaland's fine, so you're just going to have to hope these two cover. I think he can roll your transfers to game week 6 and then sort out your Arsenal then. These two, I'd have Rodgers in. Zhao will be starting for him, I'm sure, against Ipswich and Forest coming up. Yeah, it's fine. This is a really, really good sort of thinking man's FPL team. This, and yeah, I think Fernandez will be fine. It's just this year the penalty takers have there's just been no penalties this season for anyone. Connor Freely, 76, a lot of 74s. Got Dara Hunt in there in 88. Quick look at his. He did the same move as me and Kunku to Medicate, which was a good move. I did mine a week before anyway. I got off him at 6.5. Now he's 6.2. Hall has been very mooted, but not a massive fan of his long-term minutes. Munez has been a disappointment. Henderson too as well. He's got the Haa-Lah thing going on, the Haa-Lah template. Fair enough. So it's given him some sort of a start at least. That was the best call. Garnacho probably have to keep until Southampton, as I said. So yeah, that's okay. Great 88, Derek. William Nestor, he's done his wild card. And yeah, Brighton now. So there's definitely once you get your Brighton in for the next 2 game weeks. But going forward, there's no thoughts about Arsenal for game week 6. And the wild card, you really do want to have a bit of long-term thinking when you play it. You can roll at least. If he had 2 transfers going into this wild card, he'll have probably 3 by the time game week 6, and he can mess about. So this could be what was deemed an attacking short-term wild card to get a bit of momentum going. I know what he's like. He's very like chancy player to get on those players quick, but João Felix, it's a punty call, and he got Palmer there, and it was João. Wow, that's yeah. Again, so yeah, I see the way the hitman was going to nuzzle down on these couple of game weeks coming up, an attack to game week 6, and then do all his transfers to get in the Arsenal then. And Aston Villa, very good to get on now. He's Everton at home. So he's got a lot of outs for these couple of game weeks, but then again, not much to cover. I'd have TAA in there somehow, to Liverpool at least to cover Salah. If you're not going without Salah and De Bruyne, wow, that was just you can see he's captained the wow against Haaland. Wow, wow. Not many chips left there for you, Hitman. Absolutely. It's SHIT or bust with this guy. Love him. Love him. James Crane, he's done his wild card. He's done his free hit like we saw last time to get his Haaland in. And now he's done his wild card to get Haaland in. So that should have had Haaland. It's a frustration. Like you've got all them chips just to sort on Haaland, and you get Haaland in there, you don't captain him. Palmer, I've done the same on this on Dream Team as yourself. I captain Palmer, thinking that after the 6-2 against Wolves, you think, oh, they're going to go great guns there. But Palace were consolidated, the transfer window closed, and they knew who they were in, and the players were settled, and they played really well. They kept in the game. Semenyo, good call. Udogi, not too sure. Van de Ven, fine. I don't mind Van de Ven. Thomas, I'm not sure. Thomas isn't going to cover anyone in game week 6, and Arsenal ahead. Martinez just not been doing it. Dunk going ahead is a bit of everything. It's really when you see this team, you just know it's not really set up for form or fixtures. It's just like what I fancy. And he is a United fan, so he doesn't have any Man United in there. Southampton away. If we go into also his very, very interesting to do a psychology report on James Crane and how he plays FPL. I'm telling you, it's a thesis, and I can see people going to university doing FPL eventually. There'll be people, teams, statisticians. See, the 94 free hit was unbelievable. It was a brilliant call, well done. But then again, you need to know what was in game week 1 with James and why he did that. The 47 was a real smack in the bottom. No Haaland. Everything emanated with Jamesy with the Haaland thing. Doku lost on the bench there. Well, only six, but Doku's been very, unimpressive there. It's just unlucky not got the assists that he deserved. Cash is injured, so the 47 kind of was a wake up call. He does his free hit. It's just the same thing that happened to me 3 years ago when I got the 2.2 million overall at the end. I was 7 million for that. I went without Haaland, then I free hit him in, done okay, and then I couldn't get him back in. He rose in price so much. So this was the great. Okay, he's got out stuck. Getting over a lot of influencers don't even have 208 points, 205 points. I've seen lots of people. Sam Bonifield and a few others. They're in that sort of low teens and the 200s. So he's kind of got out stuck there, and then he's just said, "Well, that's it. I've got to bite the bullet and get my guys in." But yeah, fine. But it's just and Palmer. So maybe fitting in Palmer has just destroyed him with the attacking front. I think I wouldn't count Awane as an attacker at the minute. We don't know him and Wood and all that. So João Pedro is just dying out for this team. João and this team, Semenya, fair enough. It does look fine. And then you look at the points, you say, oh, God, how that happened? But yeah, I do worry about this team for game week 6. There's a lot of surgery to be done there. So look, James Crane's teams are just absolutely, it's just great to watch. Watch this guy in action. The laugh says it all. Mark Oracle Phillips, the Oracle, 38, a bit meh. As I said, lots of influence. Most influence are stuck around this sort of region. It's a lot to be down something nearly 50 odd points. Where are we now after 3 game weeks? 48 down. 48 down. No chips used, and he's 40 down on me, which is mad. And normally I'm 40 down on him every season. Palmer captain, ouch. No Haaland, 60. Ouch. A lot of people getting in the early 80s. It's a lot of points. There's going to be lots of swings this year because there's no proper template. People have either Haaland or Salah, or they've none, or they have just a mixture of great midfielders like these three. Haa-Lah, Salah, and Saka, and Palmer, or Eze, or Abuemo, especially got Abuemo, and it's just tricky. Once you get on the Haaland thing, you're going to kind of end up in sort of similar players that all of us are using. So it's a funny one. How long do you keep a team like this in? Well, I think this team is locked in for a game week 6 team. Looking at it, because I think he can get away with Haaland. He's got Brentford, Arsenal, and Newcastle away. It's a possibility them goals might slow down a bit, and then you can just come back a bit. But it's risky. It's a risk. Robinson's great ploy. Munez, as I said, not as attacking down the right because he is being marked now because there's no Elise. But not sure about Hudson-Odoi and Munez. But Garnacho will come on, so I'd have him starting. And I'd consider getting João Pedro in there for the 2. That would be an easy, quick fix. And then game week 6 is it's not a bad team for game week 6, really. You have your Saka and Raya. So just have to make a decision about Haaland here. but that's my tuppenny. 74 from the Guru Killer, Eze, and yeah, he got to Luis Diaz. Good call there. Well done, Guru. But then again, it's kind of a bit. I think Eze got 10 points, so 5 points. I would be looking to have Eze in this team, so it's kind of sacrifice. It worked out this time, but Chow, that's very good return. And a team without Haaland, so you can see that it can work. Can work. Going forward, no Saka. Again, issues. That's the too many. There's a massive swinging fixtures. So this Gary Higgins there, 53, 77 from Ryan Warden, a great 88 from Kieran Kiley. He's able to get Gordon in, who rewarded him. Well, the game, well, didn't. He saw Gordon did score against Bournemouth, but then blanked out against Spurs. Isak's done okay, so there's no panic with this team at all. I don't think the minute got yeah, it's just like the teams with just Haaland in it with no Salah. They don't seem to be doing as well as teams with the Haa-Lah sort of conundrum. So that's just the general. It's a lot to be down at this stage, but it's recoverable this position. And I think Brighton, Brentford, and Arsenal are the teams to be getting on soon. There's not much of either in them in this one, so I'll just keep an eye going forward to this. Yeah, Liverpool's going to be a bit scary with this team. So yeah. Fergie, Great Guns Walsh, 44. Not a great start for the first 3 game weeks. Bruno's killed him as a lot of other people. Jota's kind of gone off, and his minutes should be getting affected now. Going forward with Europe. Again, a lot of these teams down here, they don't have Salah, and a lot of them don't have the cover for Salah either. In this team, we just see Jota. Jota's not enough to cover Salah, so I think that's like a big thing here. Let's have a look. So that's it. We've got Morgan Lyons down here, 50. He won't be happy with that. 74. Yeah, Van den Berg and Harvey Barnes in for Nkunku. A lot of team value gone there. Lee Chambers from work, from where I work at Redbridge Council. Very good Sun Dream Team player. But as you can see, 72 is fine. I'm getting out of Dodge with that for this game week. Fair enough. He's a West Ham fan as well, so he'd have his Areola, which is unfortunate. Becker's good decision. TAA. No, yeah, you've got no Haaland. Yeah, that's yeah. Odegaard, I wouldn't be touching him. Palmer, he will come. Will he return every game week? I'm not sure. Paquetá, well, of course, the Penos, the West Ham thing. He's got his bit of West Ham in there. I'm not sure. There's just so much kind of surgery in that team. Jackson, I just wouldn't rely on Jackson game week to game week or Odegaard. There's a lot in there you just can't rely game week to get you them solid points. Keane, okay, fair enough. And he came up with a goal that day, against Bournemouth. Good call, but yeah, little bit not too bad, but going forward, he's got 2 Arsenal. It should be okay, I suppose. No Liverpool in a way. Well, sorry, just too much analysis. But he has a Liverpool going forward. Yeah, yeah. I think he should start picking up a few points from there on. Well, a bit of work to do for Lee Chambers. Yes, the sniper in there. Jerry Freely done his wild card, 57. Captain Palmer, just that's 11 on the floor, 68. Not better, unlucky. Gannett Show and Rogers in, 57 for the sniper. Yeah, Jeremy Duffy, I think he's just made transfers but not hit the wild card, unfortunately. Devastating there. Down, that's a 51 overall. I think he's forgotten. He's clicked the wrong button and the wild card wasn't used. As you can see, it's still there. So, ouch. It happens. I've seen people do this. Is it recoverable? Yeah. But it's a devastation. It really is. It's absolutely devastating. Saka fine, Louise. So he's covering Liverpool perfectly that in that way. With Salah, he's covering again the cart before the horse. Just put Salah in, find a way. But yeah, overall the team looks really good. Welbeck's fine. I'd have the other dude in Zhao. He's getting better minutes and he's on penalties. But yeah, I like the team. Van de Ven's interesting. I like him in there. And Lewis is fine until we know what's happening to Walker. Flecken's reliable. Steele won't be playing regularly. I don't think is the other dude. Van der Bruggen, I think, is the other keeper there. Palmer is interesting. Louise is interesting. They're all interesting. So keep the chin up there, Jermid, and you can come back from this. It's not the end of the world. These sorts of scores, and maybe it's just like fate. You know, that wild card could really benefit you after the international breaks, maybe into the Christmas run. Don't lose the head. Don't lose hope. Not too bad. Yeah, Sebastian, just a quick look, our Polish friend, Irishman now. He's in this country too long now. He's an Irishman now. All his kids are Irish. How? Seb, let's have a look. Saka, Saliba, Captain Madike. Oh, and I know Seb is an Arsenal fan as well. So, oh gosh, Madike. I know it's an exciting pick. Palace at home, but yeah, he did have all them chances as well. He had 2 goals and well, yeah, he had 2 goals against Palace, but they just didn't put them in. Kyle Carney, not a great start, but not terminal. 181 can crawl back there somehow. The swings will be massive in this game, so keep the head up. Wildcard. It seems that everyone that's done the wildcard the game week, they've been thinking about kind of a little bit about game week 6, and that's kind of they've lost a bit of the momentum for this game week, and the next one's coming up. It's not going to, yeah. Salah should be the captain for his next 2. Havertz is really for game week 6. Not massive fan of Rodgers. Porro's interesting. He wants his bit of Chelsea, and so he's going to. The crumpet's going to go on Chelsea a little bit now, and to me, Chelsea are just so risky. And lastly, we'll have a quick look at Donny, Silvermines, O'Brien. Eye test. There's a lot to like in that team. There really is. I know it's a 47. I'm mad anyway for Southampton next. You're going to hope for a good score there. But Jota's not enough to cover Liverpool the minute going forward, so that's scary. Isak and Gordon. I don't mind that. Palmer, a lot riding on Palmer with no Saka and no Salah. It's just one of them calls you feel, and you want to get some slightly ahead of everybody that doesn't have Palmer, and if it doesn't work out, then they go further ahead, and it's just that sort of self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? I think this team could be close to a wild card in a way. I'm not sure because so much United in there, and they're just not going anywhere. I think this would be the last game week possibly. I'd captain Haaland and just hope that United deliver against Southampton and assess this team by game week 6. And Donny is an Arsenal fan, so I presume that wildcard 6, get your Arsenal in, readdress, and go on, kick on forward. And the Maeve here at 61 as well is Captain Saka. Now Richardson done as well. All the wild cards didn't do well this game week. It was a tricky one. Watkins is Captain Watkins, and it's just so frustrating. So that's the review. Pretty long review there, but that's all I have for you today, folks. Thanks so much if you've watched to the end here, and give us a like and a subscribe to Vince Vega. 171074. That's my YouTube. Yeah, Vince Wega 171074. Yeah, if you've watched the end, thanks very much. And yeah, gives a like and a subscribe here. Not too bad. And God bless and take care, folks. And thanks for listening. That's all I have for you. And we have game week 4 coming out on the 15th of September. I'm going to have a good break here now, get away from the whole lot. And yeah, just a good bit of downtime, chill out. On the PS3, on my what's it called again? It's not San Andreas, it's the other one. Um yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm getting through all my UFO things. There's 50 UFO fragments I've got to find. I've got about 20 so far, and it's great fun. Great fun to get lost in the game and go rambling around hills and then mount bobcats chasing after you and the whole lot. Get away, have a coffee, have a Guinness, whatever. I got the weekend off. I'm looking forward to getting back to Ireland. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be October, but definitely Christmas and New Year. Yeah, Vince Wega will be back. The Val Wega as well. Whichever Wega you come across, it depends on how much drink he's had. Sober Wega or Val Wega, you take your pick. Yeah, when I get into the pool and sort a few heads out, I'll be 50 in October, so folks, it's a big one. So thanks for watching and listening, guys. You're the best, and keep your head up, people who kind of in the 180s or whatever. It's lots of swings this season, massive. It's not over yet, and you can get the run on other teams very, very quickly because no one, the way that they got the team pricing done this year, the FPL heads, it's been just perfect. Like Parma rising from 5.5 to like 10.5, it's just insane. And Haaland rising, I think he was 12.5 last season, or was he? Was he 14? Yeah, I think he was 14 million last season. Now that 15 mil has just been a killer. So that's all I have for you. Thanks, folks. God bless and goodbye. Guru out.